All right, we're in here. For real this time.
For real, for real.
For real, for real, for real.
Okay, stream is live. Commentary crew can introduce themselves at any time, Hobbit.
Well, I guess Charlotte has done the job for me. I'm Hobbit. I'm a UR runner. Like to commentate if you watched AGDQ 2022, 23. Sorry, years are hard. You might have heard my voice before. But yeah, that's me. I'm here. I'm also in this bracket somewhere, but not today. You can watch me get destroyed by Arcandy on Saturday.
And I'm Charlotte Arania. I mostly run low percent and glitchless categories. I have never been on Speedgaming or GDQ or anything, really, except for no glitches allowed 9. If anybody remembers that.
Honestly, I don't know how you do it. It's
glitchless.
Wild. I guess I'm gonna dip my toes into the low percent pool eventually. So
it's a really cool category. I'm telling you, low percent, min items, hard mode, spin route is so good. Everybody should try it out. That's my propaganda. That's a message I'm going to try and push forth during this no major glitches, all bosses run.
Hey, I guess if you're going to get put on comms, you might as well have some message to spread,
Some people spread peace and love. I spread low percent.
Min items Esquire.
Min items Esquire. Yeah, so these are the two runners of the day, Manijure, and I actually don't know how to say Jay's full tag.
I always say it like J plus hyena, like jayena.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like it flows, but I guess that probably is what it is.
I've never specifically asked them, and now I've known them for too long, and I'm afraid to ask.
It's much too late to ask.
Absolutely. They might listen to this VOD and hear this, and I might get some questions, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, jayena, rocking the they them pronouns. Manijure, not saying what pronouns are preferred, but I happen to know from experience, personally, knowing the guy, he him sort of fella.
He is a he him, very much so. I'm not sure exactly when they're going to start, but I'm very excited for this race because these two runners have super close times.
Yeah, they're both like high 120 or low 121 runners. Yeah.
I believe
in the same tier.
In the last community race, they were like 6 or 7 seconds apart.
Yeah, apparently that happened twice recently.
Yeah, it was wild. They were neck and neck. So I think as long, barring anything horrendous, knock on wood, probably in a commentator's curse one of them at some point. I just have to accept that.
I hope one of them takes 18 minutes on Atom Skip. That's going to be my reverse psychology to the world.
That's so rude. Why would you? I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
See, but now that I've said it, it's not going to happen. Yeah?
I'm sorry, say that again? My brain.
Well, now that I've said it, it's not going to happen.
Tough. What are we thinking the over-under on ledge warp attempts are? I'm giving over-under 3 for each runner. Okay,
I'm feeling like Manny is going to take 4. Now, Jay, I think, is going to get it first try, but not have total confidence and kind of go back and forth for a second thinking about it and then go forward. And that's going to be kind of like the evening out of it.
Yeah, the anxious first try. I understand.
It's like, I couldn't possibly get it first try. Preposterous.
But they just need to accept they're a gamer, Both these runners, very much gamers. Ooh.
Absolutely.
Did I see a timer start?
We're seeing a countdown on Jay. No countdown on Manny's part. Okay, there we go. These runners may potentially be a little bit desynced, but that's okay. It's just a 5-second difference. Hopefully, the race is close enough that matters, I would say.
That would be wild, but I'm sure the mods will be able to kind of sync it up a little bit. But we're getting into Artaria here, which, if you love movement, you love Artaria, because it's all bread and butter.
Yeah, there are a few tricks that can maybe spawn a channel dedicated to how much everybody hates them, but for the most part, it's just raw movement.
We would never create a venting channel in the Metroid Dread Discord. Never, ever, ever. But, I mean, you could totally join the Discord to find out if I'm lying or not.
Oh, please do. I'm really glad that both of them have incorporated the melee double missile onto the first enemy. Like, I still see so many people doing like two slides. Makes me cringe.
Instead of skipping the one ledge. All right.
Exactly.
Looking pretty clean through the first Atom. Now we're watching our favorite cutscene in the game. Fun fact: there is a flag you can turn on in the game's code that makes that skippable for some reason.
Not going to be particularly relevant for the runners here today, doing no major glitches. Camlock is a major glitch.
Very true, very true. We will only be seeing Pinky cutscene one time.
I forgot that this is all bosses, and for a second I just had a panic attack. Like, oh, they both forgot that they were allowed to do that pseudo.
You know, you can do a 1, 2, 3, like the first 3 shots of that pseudo, and then do a coyote on the other side to get out, but it's definitely not required. Very simple to just, like, slide under, shoot the blob normally. It's not a huge time difference. And I'm sure both these runners are going to be going for a lot of stuff that's pretty comfy, because races can be quite stressful. And while we're still pretty early, we are seeing a very, very... well, I can't tell if it's delay or slight lead from Jay, but we're coming up on early cloak pseudo, which will be the real first, I guess, obstacle of the run. So we'll see how they both do.
Yeah. Now, I know that Jay has said that they have been struggling with this trick, with, you know, experimenting with a lot of different controllers and whatnot. Manny, just a perpetual hater, but gets through really quickly. Actually, that was a good equalizer.
That was crazy. Man,
yeah,
quickly just taking a little bit of time back.
Okay, let's see. We're on rookie mode, so there is the potential for the 0 phase, or the 1 phase rather. 2 phase? 2 phase.
Oh, man, he got headlock! Oh my gosh!
Oh, he's gonna get crouch. Very easy, very clean. Definitely gonna get a nice lead from this. This will allow him to skip the first cutscene, or like the cutscene where you transfer between phases, and of course the actual phase itself. He's already got Phantom Cloak. Jay still needing to fire more missiles.
And for those of you watching who are not familiar, headlock occurs when you phase Corpius from phase 1, phase 2 while he's spitting. It causes his head to get forced into the ground, so you can do what Manijure did and just kind of crouch and shoot. And as we can see here, you get a huge time benefit from skipping that third phase.
Also worth noting, that is a rookie mode exclusive strat, because it takes, I believe, 23 missiles to fight Corpius, or to kill Corpius in phase 2, and you have 30 missiles in rookie, but you'd only have 15 on normal. Or in this case, 32 on Manny's case.
Yeah, Manny opts to take that that first tank because it really increases the consistency of a 2-phase without headlock, but just giving you 2 extra missiles you can miss. But he didn't need it, he got headlock.
Now, I would say Manny is generally more of a selective player when it comes to which tricks he likes to grind out and practice. I don't know that Water Ass is one of them.
I know, so for him, Water Ass is usually pretty consistent. Jay, I would imagine, is probably pretty similar. They usually get it pretty quick. The real crux, I think, for Manijure is going to be Magus Skip later on, but we'll go one trick at a time. So we're coming up on water slope jump here, and we're going to be seeing a slide jump with an aim to allow us to jump off the slope faster, and cloak to increase that window. And you see Manny get through in, what was that, 2, 3 tries?
Yeah, that was really fast. Jay's still struggling, unfortunately.
Oh no. Manny's also going to be coming up on the water platform skip, where you wall jump a little bit higher off the wall. That was interesting. In order to get this ledge here, Manny's struggling a little bit, so definitely an opportunity for Jay to make up some of that time that they lost on water slope jump.
Yeah, the idea behind the water platform skip is that we don't have to go down and press a button, and you basically just like use the fact that you're able to respin faster out of a melee and then bonk against the ceiling to just get onto that ledge.
Jay definitely getting it a good bit quicker than Manny, so they'll get some time. They'll get a little bit of time back on that.
Yeah, that was second try, and it was like a faster retry than Manny's.
Manny also had that peculiar multi-wall jump in the corner. Manny missing the melee, but still killing the Clada. And I imagine we're probably going to see both runners take this E-Tank here. In all bosses, it gives you a really, really comfy health pool at the end of the game of 399 energy.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you
barely
wanted to
missing
go
killing
with
Kiki.
299 energy, it's nice to have the health early.
Especially in early Katars, when you have to do a heat run. It makes it much, much easier.
Indeed.
Ooh, Jay also barely missing the kill on the Pinky there. You can let loose a charge shot and then quick charge another one and kill it, so that way you can just walk through no problem, but I mean, it's not the end of the world if you don't get it. But for now, we're just gonna kind of be seeing some platforming, some basic movements. Dash melee over gaps, weaving through platforms without grabbing them, slide cloaking through doors to get through the cloak door faster.
Which, of course, they only have cloak because they got it with the pseudo wave early. Otherwise, they would have to go through the hardest room in the game, the David Jaff room.
Yeah, for all you gamers out there, shooting blocks that are not marked, very difficult, as we all know.
Keep an eye out.
Brings out your inner
There's no way
turbo.
forward. Maybe try shooting blocks. Yeah, so they're basically about one lava switch time difference separating these two players.
Yeah, Manny came off the button at 7:06, roughly, and Jay's coming off at 7:20 and a half-ish. So about 14 seconds difference. Definitely not insurmountable by any means. We're coming up on the next trick of the Artaria Gauntlet, commonly called Purg Artaria because it's where runs go to die. Called Magus Skip, where we'll be seeing the use of a dash melee to position Samus such that she can wall jump and grab this ledge up here. Manny has commented in the past that it can be a struggle. Gets it about, fourth, fifth try? So let's see what Jay's got.
The idea behind that... that was almost first try.
Yeah.
Second try is pretty good.
Yeah. I think that second try was good enough, but they just missed the respin. But that was a clean second try, so again, another opportunity to gain a little bit of time back.
Manny doing a all missile kill against the central unit. Nice and fast. On rookie mode, you definitely got the ammo for it.
Yeah, and even if some Rinkas get in your way, I mean, they usually drop missiles.
Yeah.
But we're going to see the hardest, and what I believe to be the hardest enemy kill in the game, the white enemy, because getting true plant kill is horrible. I believe Manny was a little too slow to get it, but he's going to take the jump over to be safe.
Yeah, missing the true plant kill hurts a little bit when you're doing early cloak route, because this is technically the first time the white enemy has chased you, so when you jump over it, it chases you even faster, and you have to run farther and therefore lose more of the heat damage.
It's really just interested in beating you up.
Coming for the booty.
Absolutely. But now we got sticky fingers. So we're going to be seeing the runners use the magnet walls to get out of Artaria and to the next area of the game, Katars. Still a pretty neck and neck race here. We're going to be seeing some nice movement here from Manny, courtesy of a clinic run by fellow runner Adnolium.
Indeed, indeed.
Ooh,
the next big trick that can be pretty finicky a lot of the time is the Artaria elevator deboost. Where what we're going to see is the enemies behave deterministically, so they're going to try and move through the room in a particular way to make it so that the enemy will attack them at just the right time and get them over a slope that otherwise they would need to ride a very slow magnet veil over.
Yep. And we're going to be seeing Manning attempting it here. Looking good so far. He gets it first try. No problem.
Very interesting. Very interesting setup for Manny.
Yeah, he has his own little, like, homebrew... Uh-oh. Jay's going to have to... Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
still gets the first try.
Yeah, Jay's method definitely one of the faster ones, but can be a little bit more finicky. So that was definitely a risk worth taking when you're behind. I think they also just mainline that strat.
Yeah, I think it's just, like, the accepted fastest strat for the room. Manny's kind of homebrewed his a little bit. He's the only one that I really see do his specific strat, but it works for him really well, so who am I to question it?
Yeah.
You know, I can't speak ill of the manager, you know?
Any elevator deboost that works for you is still faster than taking the magnet.
Yeah, the Rail of Shame is truly unfortunate. Coming up here, we're finding one of my favorite bits of movement in the game, the Kataris entrance weave. Unfortunately, Manny gets caught on some ledges, and Jay gets most of it, so very clean stuff.
I kind of like when you get damaged off the platform by the robot and then you just weave the rest of the way, because it almost looks intentional.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, the devs are like, oh, can you figure this out? Totally.
Totally.
That's what it does. It absolutely feels like that in some of the rooms sometimes. It's just like, why did you put this here?
Oh, they knew. They knew for sure. Axis skew for glitchless, all I'm saying.
I mean, it's just rotation. It can't be that serious. But unfortunately, we will not be seeing any skewing in this run. This is no major glitches, despite my best efforts to break Z57 skew in.
Okay, Manny getting the 5-up a boost. First try, very good. Jay missing it, unfortunately. Oh, but it's the nice backup.
That backup is so slick.
Yeah.
So slick. Jay also hitting the movement on my least favorite magnet wall in the entire game. It is evil, and I do not like it.
It's very evil. It just feels wrong.
Like, what were they thinking? Uh-oh. Jay having a little bit of trouble, gets the big health pickup, so they should be fine.
Yeah, definitely. A little scary, but not even in the red health. It's all fine. It's all good. That's why we get the first E-tank.
Alright, so no 1 in 500s today. Where the green Emmy is feeling nice, which is fantastic. 1 in 500 spawn is when it spawns in front of that door and you just have to wait for it to climb down. It is just objective time loss and there's nothing you can do about it.
Now, I know that Jay sometimes goes for Hell Pseudo. I don't think Manny ever in his life.
Oh, he gets caught by the Emmy! Oh no!
Okay, braving it, just going, standing there, confident in the melee.
Okay, Jay going for Hell Pseudo. This is going to be a time save opportunity. Okay, no Hell Pseudo after 3 tries, so they're going to have to take the regular path. However, I cannot believe what I just saw. He just carried it like it was nobody's business.
Oh my god.
That takes balls, especially on the green Emmy.
Yeah, because if you run over to the left and kind of like chase him around in the loop, he'll lose track of you, and so that is a way to get rid of the Emmy chase lock door. But Manny went for the much ballsier, much faster strat of simply get a melee, get a counter.
Yeah, he definitely went for the I'm simply good at the game strat, so very nice, very nice. We see the runners look up real quick to open up that magma door for later. And now we're coming upon probably the most infamous trick in all of Metroid Dread speedrunning. The one and only ADM skip, or Ascending Dual Magnet, where we'll be seeing a sequence of buffered wall jumps into a melee buffered respin wall jump to jump up to the magnet.
Oh my god, first try!
What's happening?
That is not common. I just want the viewers to understand that you can be sitting there for like 10 tries, 20 tries on like a decent run.
I've seen runs in tournament where people are stuck here for minutes. Ooh, unfortunately, okay, there we go. Wait, are they synced up now?
They are synced, however, Manny slid under to shoot the button, so Jay is like technically like 1 second ahead.
Yep. So getting the nice pseudo on that button. I hate this button personally. Every time I miss the pseudo, I lose more time than I should because I will miss the next shot on the button.
Yeah, but it feels so baller when you do get it.
Absolutely. Could not agree more.
Especially if you get the wall jump after.
Yeah, it's good. All right, hitting a nice weave and then over the green Emmy, very nice. And then we're going to see a little bit of manipulation or movement around this magnet to get over. That's called zipper skip.
Very happy to see both of them hit that.
Mm-hmm. I think they're both kind of on the line. They've had some minor struggles here and there. Manny obviously flirted with death a little bit, but I feel like both players are playing pretty confidently now, which is great.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. They're both going to hit a high 16 Catarus escape, which is like pretty good, decent. If you're fighting the first Emmy, that's like a pretty good Dairon time.
For sure. That means you're probably finishing all of Kataris in less than 8 minutes. So, or less than 9 minutes. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'd have to look at splits again.
Yeah, they got it there at like 11 minutes.
Either way.
Fast cat.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Alright, gets a little D-boost. And we're off to Dairon.
So yeah, it was interesting to see how, Jay, start of Catarus was several seconds behind, like almost like 10, 15 seconds. And now Jay is actually entering the tram first because of how good the movement was throughout, not getting caught by the Emmy, getting first try atom skip, just like all these like little things just keep adding up.
For sure. I think based on the timers, Jay's about 3 or 4 seconds ahead. So there, I mean, Jay may have a slight lead right now, but it is neck and neck. Dairon 1 is no slouch. There's a lot of very small movements, especially coming down in the vertical room before the big room, as well as the Dairon cloak jump right here. But we're gonna see Jay get it no problem. And Manny, unfortunately, missing the cloak button, I guess, or I guess the stick click.
Yeah, don't know what that was about, but it's fine. You don't lose that much time. You spend like a couple seconds climbing the underside of the magnet wall.
Mm-hmm. And then the little razors, which we affectionately call Sonics, get in your way quite a bit in this little area. So it's advised to destroy them, but that requires you to Charlie or fire 2 missiles very quickly. A Charlie being a charge shot followed by a quick missile.
Good dark room from both players.
Mm-hmm.
That one can be really deceptively difficult, where if you just like mess up your movement a little bit, you'll get like into a fight with one or the other of those little Jerrys, which is what we call the green bats.
Mm-hmm. Or just like hitting the jump button at the wrong time on a 2-tile ledge and automatically wall jumping off of it. Ooh, Manny taking the mantle percent. Unfortunate.
The mantle percent into the counter percent into the not even killing it percent.
Yeah, really just unsatisfying, but you know, it happens.
This is all bosses. Somebody should tell him.
You're right.
All right, smooth movement from Jay. Are we going to see the D boost though? No, opting to not even try it. That's a pretty safe move when you're ahead. It's if you get knocked down, you can lose a lot of progress trying to go for that D boost.
Yeah, so we're not going to see it unfortunately in this race. However, both runners are well on their way back to Kataris and to fight the green Emmy. I don't really know why Jay decided to coyote jump there, but sure, why not?
I think they were just trying to do a slide off the ledge and do a respin, because respin is faster, but press jump a little too early.
Yeah, and the wide beam blocks, affectionately referred to as Pedro, seem to be mostly cooperating. So as it turns out, next election season, I will be voting for Pedro. He does have one more opportunity to really sway my decision, but it seems like he's cooperating pretty well right now.
There are 2 more opportunities that I know of, because there's the Pedro coming up, but I also happen to know that Manny still goes for second quickest wave Emmy kill, and there's another Pedro in that room.
You're right. I can't forget about him. He's like the final Pedro.
The final Pedro.
I'm not sure Jay does plant kill up purple, but we will find out in good time.
I'm pretty sure they do. Alright, good Pedro for Jay, though.
Alright, let's see if
You
Manny
see that
can
Jay
keep up.
did a charge shot on the robot coming down and then also did the melee, whereas Manny only did the melee. So now the pickups, they take longer to get to Manny, which doesn't matter at all. However, I do appreciate it.
We are going to be seeing Jay make use of Charlie's, whereas Manny will be opting to use just missiles on the central unit. This will net Jay a much faster kill.
Yeah, so the reason why they didn't use Charlie's on the first Emmy is because they only had the single beam. They didn't have the wide beam, and the wide beam is actually just literally 3 normal beams, so it's triple the damage per charge shot, and so it's actually worth going for Charlie's once you have wide beam. It'll be even more worth later when they get to fusion beam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the more your beam upgrades stack up, the better Charlie gets, which is good because you can go faster, but bad because Charlie can be real tough sometimes. It's a very specific rhythm, and if you get out of rhythm, it's unfortunate. But right now, both runners are balling. We're gonna be coming up on some more just kind of sheer movement sections. Things might heat up a little bit, and then we'll go to a boss that I have a lot of passion for. It's not all positive, but it sure is passion.
The Varia climb, I see.
Yeah, you got me.
Alright, Jay kind of flopping some movement, but it's no big deal. Just getting through, avoiding the DNF tank, which is of course, or sorry, the DNF missile, which is of course the missile that if you get it, you have to forfeit.
Yep.
Do nothing.
I mean, it's not even worth continuing the run if you lose those 2 seconds. Jay trying to go into the tunnel, but unfortunately, the block was not shot out. And we're going to be seeing both runners take the missile 10 pack here, which makes Kraid substantially more consistent.
Oh yeah, Kraid is crazy free once you have more than 30 missiles. Even 30 missiles is like pretty lenient.
That will not stop him from being evil, green, and wasting your time, however.
Yeah. But yeah, they're going to try and avoid basically any pickups that aren't 2 specific E-tanks that come later. Or sorry, 1 specific E-tank that's coming later, and missile plus tanks. And they're not even going to take every missile plus tank, because you don't actually need that many missiles to beat the game. There's no, like, lower limit aside from your starting count, and Ravenbeak only takes, like, 50-ish to kill fast. Yeah, something around there.
Alright. Jay getting a nice little morph boost into the water. Manny going the other direction. I've never seen someone choose to go that direction. Out of the red TP, and I feel like my eyes have opened.
Is that faster or is it slower? Who knows?
Ooh, Manny getting a fast
oh man! She got the charge shot from the morph ball!
They're huge. Massive even. They're massive. That shot is hard.
That shot is hard as fuck. It's like, not angle perfect, but it feels angle perfect, and also the timing is really tight.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of the time that I get the shot, I do not get the magic. Magic being a perfect morph into a ball tunnel that you jump into. So I guess there's magic in the air.
Alrighty, are we gonna see... Oh wait, we got the morph as the floor is crumpling from Manny, allowing him to instantly enter the running animation instead of having to drop down.
Mm-hmm. We love to see that.
A third of a second.
Huge. And now both runners have put on their orange pajamas. It's gonna get hot in here.
Well, specifically, it's getting cooler in here. It was hot before, you see.
Yeah, I guess it's all relative. But
they will no longer take damage from flamethrowers, but they will take damage from lava. So I don't know why. You can ask Mercury Steam about it. That's just how they thought made sense.
It's just really dangerous tomato soup. It's not actually lava.
Oh, it's soup. Oh, okay, yeah, because they're going to try and eat you. You're seasoning the soup if you fall in. So do you want to talk about why Kraid sucks?
Well, Kraid sucks for a multitude of reasons. One, sometimes he just picks bad rotations of attacks. And there is nothing you can do about it. However, He also sucks because you can use Charlie's on him and it makes it faster to do phase 1, which is truly unfortunate. He also throws up on you, and he is a really big fan of Irish exits. Wait, that's not on the commentator card. He also has single wall jumps as the ideal strat in phase 2, which means he is toxic.
But yeah, to explain the bad attack patterns, for phase 1, it doesn't really matter too much, but for phase 2, it's really bad because you only have so many missiles, and you don't have enough missiles to kill him without getting refills, basically. And there are 2 attacks that can do refills. Either he gives you a counter opportunity, which is very nice, gives you a lot of missiles, or he shoots claws, which kind of suck because you need to take time to shoot them, and they only give 5 missiles each. But then he has another attack that doesn't do anything. It just punches you and wastes your time, and you can't deal damage while it's happening, and it sucks.
And he yells at you when he does it. So not only is your time wasted, but you feel bad. This phase 1 from Jay is something. Manny taking the consistency route and getting through phase 1 faster. But Jay going for the wall jumps and getting up with a little bit of strife, but is up there. So they just have to not get punched, and they will be totally fine.
You think they had Gravity Ball for like half of that?
I think they just maybe didn't hold the jump button for some of the time. They have gotten Scream Punched twice, but did get a refill, so that's definitely not bad. So gonna finish crate first, but Manny not far behind at all.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. Manny definitely had the much stronger phase 1 there, but Jay pulled it together on phase 2 for sure.
Yeah, those single wall jumps, even if you have to take a couple extra, you technically only need 4 to get all the way up to the top. But getting up there is just a lot faster than shooting his belly button, unfortunately. Unless he gives you like an early bridge.
Yeah, if he gives you the early bridge, I think that's like as his first attack. I think that's technically the fastest way to get up there.
Yeah, but that's a gamble at best, unfortunately. If you do have bombs during that fight, you can quick kill him. Unfortunately, it is very, very slow in every category to do that, except for the categories which require you to do it.
Yeah, we literally had to make up meme categories to do the bomb kill because it's that slow. There's no category where you would organically want to do that.
Yep. Thankfully, Charlotte came around and gave us Mercury Steam %.
And then somebody else came up with belly %, which is literally the only goal of the game is to do that attack.
Yep.
Yeah, so next up they're going to be doing early grapple, which is slightly scary. It's not too common that you see somebody die here, but you have to do a coyote jump into a kind of tricky wall jump into a much trickier coyote jump, and then you have to repeat similar steps on the way back. And if you die, or if you fall into the soup on the right side, then you're dead. You have to reload the checkpoint. Like, there's just no way. If you fall on the left side, it's not so bad. You just go to the ledge.
Yeah, but if you fall, I think it's twice on the left side, then you're gonna have a problem. But both runners, coyote through, no problem. So we're feeling super.
If we're feeling dread, thank you.
Oh, right, my bad. Sorry, that was last race.
So there's some fun movement in the next room. They're going to be doing a fall through a tunnel that has like a lot of weaving back and forth, and ideally they should both be able to get down in morphball form the whole way, which has a faster fall speed. Perfect weave from Jay.
Very nice, very nice. Love to see it.
And the missile down. Let's go. Manny going for the land on the ground, then shoot the missile strat, which is a slightly slower, but it is a much easier shot to take.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, 46 missiles, though, just saying.
I take a lot of mental damage during this section because you don't have flash shift like you do in certain other categories, and that's just what I'm used to. But both runners getting through no problem and making use of grapple cancels where you jump out of the grapple pulling you in. If you ever grapple a magnet surface in this game, it will rapidly pull you in. This can be used to carry momentum upwards and reach ledges a little quicker.
See, this is why we got to get you to play low percent. Then you'll just get used to not having flash anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It do be like that, don't it?
It's a perfect plan.
Truly seamless.
All right, so yeah, the return trip, not quite as hard. You just kind of go onto the slide and then you jump off the slide. And then there's a few different ways to take the second jump, but the easiest way is just do an unmorph as you're coming out of the tunnel and then do like a coyote jump right at the start. And then you like bonk the ceiling and make it to the ledge just barely.
We do get to see a small little bit of strat diversity with Manny opting to take the ledge grab into jumping down. That also works. It's a little slower, but certainly valid. Jay getting the unfortunate spawn and getting seen by the Emmy, but they're going to run a little circle around it and be okay. Whereas Manny will be getting past it without much trouble. We're also coming up on my favorite trick in the game, but I do not believe either of these runners do it, so RIP to Darkroom Pseudo. However, we will be seeing a little bit of grapple movement here.
My disappointment is immeasurable. I just saw Manny do Darkroom Pseudo, like, yesterday.
I'm sure he knows how to do it. It's exactly the same as the Berenia right side Pseudo, but, you know...
Which he claims is free, just by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, anytime he talks about a trick, he's like, it's free, you know? That's a direct manager quote.
It's either it's free or I refuse to do that.
Yep, there's no in between.
There's no in between.
This is the way. But we're going to see Manny take the lead back with a smoother yellow Emmy encounter. Both of them getting the bad spawn, by the way. I just want to point that out. Theoretically, you know, it doesn't matter. But mentally, it absolutely does.
Well, it matters because you waste like a half second doing a slide cloak. But, well, I guess technically, theoretically, you don't even have to do that.
Yeah, if you get the second grapple pull, I believe you don't need it, but, you know, most people will go for it, so that's just kind of how it works out. But we are coming upon one of the most important bits in all of Metroid Dread, golfing. I know you dread golfing. However, it's very important that I keep this up. I have appearances to keep. So we're going to be seeing if Manny can drop into this morph ball tunnel here. And he gets it hole in one. Very good. So Manny is a certified golfer.
That was a putt on the green. That was really clean.
Yeah. Tiger Woods would be jealous. And Jay gets it no problem either.
Yeah, a little bit more of a chip shot there, but, you know, it worked out for sure.
Yeah. Their approach was pristine. Truly. I would golf.
They went for like 1 second of grapple, like 1 frame of grapple beam boost. That was funny.
Just a little, you know, a little smidgen, you know, just as a treat. Just go a little fast, but not too fast.
So Manny pulling ahead a little bit here, but there is another big time save available for Jay, which I know for a fact we're going to see strat diversity here, because Manny never goes for backdoor flash shift. Which, granted, he has early grapple, so it's not a huge deal, but it does save about 6 seconds to do, and Jay mainlines backdoor flash shift.
Yeah, so we could definitely see them close the gap a little bit. Plus, I do know another thing that Manny doesn't really do the water bomb jump at the exit of Berenia, so that's another opportunity for Jay here.
Jay autopiloting slightly, trying to think about later on in the run where you want to speed boost into the fan to do a pretty long speed keep, but we will be seeing that later.
Yeah, I've certainly done that my fair share of times. I'm a big fan of it. Manny falling into the pool, going for a little swim, and missing the dash melee, unfortunately. Ooh, getting the Jerry boost. Very nice.
I love that.
Sometimes Jerry just decides that he's got hands and helps you across because he's just a nice guy.
All right, if Jay gets first try backdoor flash shift, I think they're going to be like exactly neck and neck. This is really close right now.
Yeah. All right, let's see. So we're coming up here. So for backdoor flash, you have to lay bombs at approximately 150 beats per minute. Pick your favorite song or a metronome and bombs away. I personally am a fan of either a metronome or the song "Mr. Brightside" by the Killers.
Oh
and
my
we are
goodness!
Them exactly lined up. She's
Holy
psychic.
shit!
She's psychic. She's
That
like
was like to the frame they entered the flash shift room. And Jay got the back door where you don't have to wait for the door to reopen on the exit, which is really good.
Mm-hmm. And a noteworthy part of the movement after is that the enemies are not respawned if you take backdoor flash. So it is legitimately just faster moving through the area after. Ooh, the little morph boost, very nice. Here we're going to see a morph pseudo through the ground to shoot the blob on the left. You just get up against the wall, aim at Samus's foot, charge shot morph. And then this is going to be a pause buffer turnaround pseudo, where you aim at approximately a 530 angle. Jay seemingly missing the water bomb jump, and Manny making me eat my words, doing the water bomb jump no problem.
It was a little bit unfortunate. I think I saw Jay do kind of a quick, like, morph double tap, which for me personally, I feel happens when I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know if that's what's going on, but that was a little bit unfortunate to see. But the second try is not too bad.
Yeah. Even with little bits and pieces of errors here and there, both runners have kept it extremely close this whole time, and that is not easy with winner's bracket on the line.
Yeah, this is like the 7th time we've seen them trade like a several second lead. It's always close. Alright, so you're gonna need to talk to me about flash chains. I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about this stuff.
I got you there. I know you're used to not really having flash shift at all. So for a lot of really basic rooms, it's pretty much just flashing when there's a wide open empty surface and you don't have speed booster. In here, it's just essentially what Manny did. You flash in, you jump up, you flash in, go through the tunnel, flash in again, and then use flash data up here. We're going to see Manny take another classic missile strat, whereas Jay will be opting for Charlie's. So we may see them catch up a bit. Yep, we see they make a bunch of time up. Killing the central unit faster, but the brain part seems to be a bit of a struggle. I guess the LOC is just too big brain for them.
Yeah, they both looked like they were playing dread mode there for a second. Really afraid of these Rinkas that are not going to do much to you.
Yeah, and you can break them with a quick dash melee. And another, like, minute difference you saw there, Manny walked forward a little bit and flashed out once. It gets you out of the room just a tiny bit faster. You can pre-position with your Omega Cannon shots, and then flash out immediately, or you can do that. And then the yellow enemy kill being an absolute joke. You just shoot in one place and then it dies. Despite it being very terrifying in pursuit, it is actually the easiest enemy kill by a wide margin.
Assuming you have a good analog stick, which luckily at this time both players do. So that's nice. Long period of dealing with 8-bit DOS nonsense, but
you know,
we are in the present.
We do what we can. And now we're going to see the introduction of speed keeps here. So Manny just going to go for the simple speed keep. Jay going to opt for the instant spark because sparking travels a little bit faster than just running. So you get like a very small time save. And then for Manny, I say it's Morbin time. This applies whenever there's a ball spark. And Jay not taking the energy tank, but missing the flash chain, unfortunately. Let's see if Manny has a little bit better luck.
I absolutely love to see it. I think it's cowardice to take that 30 tank. Come on.
Alright, so Jay opting not to go for the flash chain in this room. Let's see if Manny gets it. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Technically, you're supposed to jump away a little bit, but he still ended up on the switch, so I guess it works.
Yeah.
Little optimizations like that will make a huge difference in the long term because they speed up your room to room quite a bit.
For sure, but you'll notice that even not doing that and starting slightly behind, Jay is now ahead because they didn't take that E-tank.
That's true. You
don't need it.
A healthy chunk of time for skipping that E-tank. It is definitely the most beneficial tank to skip in this run. And now we're going to be seeing a speed keep here in Ferenia to get to the quiet robo fight. Definitely can be tricky. You could accidentally double tap B and ball spark in that. Ooh, Jay missing the magic, unfortunately. Probably going to miss the speed keep. Manny looking good and gets it no problem.
Yeah, just like that, they have traded places again.
Another potentially tough fight, but Manny... Ooh, okay. accidentally struggling a little bit. Jay getting a cleaner fight, it seems, despite Manny having definitely the right approach to the fight. Oh wait, I'm mistaken. Manny did finish it first.
Yeah, I thought Jay had gotten that first hit as well. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know the QR keep difference does matter as well. Ooh, unfortunately missing the morph into that tunnel there that Manny hit. So going to have to flash 3 times instead of twice to get onto the elevator.
Darn shame.
Absolutely.
Hate to see it.
And then coming up in this next area, it's pretty much just flash and speed movement optimization. You're going to see some flash movement coming off the elevator to get to the Pedro. And then from the Pedro, you're going to see a couple more flashes and some weaving to get through the Emmy zone, and then a nice little speed keep downwards, which can be very, very tricky because if you grab ledges, I mean, that's pretty much it. All right, Manny nailing the flash movement. Jay nailing it as well.
Okay, let's see the speed keep. Oh, Manny gets it pretty well. Does not go for the full version, but that is perfectly fine. Just getting that first section at all is very good.
Yeah, Jay opting to take the... Ooh, Manny missing this flash chain. Jay not even trying, I guess? But Jay opted for that wall jump there to get a little bit more horizontal momentum. Let's see if Manny's a golfer. 2 for 2, and Jay 2 for 2 as well. We have 2 certified golfers in the building. So, how do you feel about the greens today, Charlotte?
I'm feeling pretty good. I am excited to watch them one cycle Dragaiga, personally.
Oh, I am as well. It's very satisfying after all this time of having to waste time on Drog, despite it being a relatively simple one cycle. But first we get to see some nice little speed keeps, which is always fun.
Yeah, I don't think either one is going to go for the full True Link. However, I know that they both are quite adept. We're going to see a top route speed keep from Jay. Unfortunately, missing the link. However, I believe even if you missed a link, it's still faster to go top route.
Yeah, I'm personally a top route person as well, so I'm certainly been there multiple times. And Manny gets the morb in time.
Double
Jay
morb.
does as well. I love a good morb.
We're going to see one last speed keep into the room before Dragaiga. They're going to store on this platform here and then platform up so they can shine spark instead of having to deal with all of the magnets and grapple points.
There is a slightly faster strat that is a little bit riskier because you can get caught on that ramp. But both runners taking the safer strat and getting up no problem. And even getting the same Drog RNG. Squidward Tentacles is very nice at this hour, but Jay missing the quick charge. So Manny going to get a very, very slight lead on the boss fight. So the goal here is to hit Drog with 10 missiles before the counter. And in order to achieve this, you can dash melee into Drog. This delays the counter attack and another set of damage. This allows you to bypass the damage gate on the boss and kill it without it closing up again. Oh no, Manny scuffing up his Steve tower climb. Steve being our little friend that shoots out the spikes, but Jay getting up no problem and then having a little bit of trouble with the blob.
Once again, that's all it takes. Like they're both hitting everything, and then just like these little mistakes are just making them shift and just trade places first and second every single time. It's crazy that they're still this close, this deep into the run, halfway in.
Yeah, like even with mistakes here and there, like you said, like it is wild. I cannot believe how neck and neck this is.
So coming up next is Gold Chozo. Another relatively simple fight, especially on rookie mode, where we're going to basically just see them shine spark in and then just dump missiles into this guy.
Yeah, and getting that refill from Drog is super critical here because that gives you a missile count and a missile count and a health count that makes it super easy to not die to this boss.
Yeah, unfortunate platforming mistake coming into the first section of that room there by Jay. Seems to not quite catch on the ramp when they went for the speed keep into the magnet.
Ooh, Jay not opting to take the damage boost, instead takes the full brunt of the red wave attack. Jay's got to be careful now. Their health is getting a little low, but gets through the fight and is able to continue on. Whereas Manny, opting for the damage boost, finishes it a little faster and getting that little downwards grapple boost. Very nice. He does as well. Very good.
Yeah. Ooh, flash shift strat through that room by Jay.
Very nice, very nice. And we're going to be seeing the players come upon super missiles real quick. Pretty much only used to open doors. They don't really have much other utility in this game outside of Ravenbeak, but there's no way to get there with in all bosses because you have to kill the Izemi.
I heard you say an NMG, and I was about to be like, actually.
Well,
good catch. Good catch.
Yeah, you could, but
you could.
In this run, you're not.
We have to fight all bosses.
It's very, very important that we kill all 30 bosses. And Manny not going for Hackathon boost, unfortunately, but getting a pretty clean flash link through the room. I really liked that dash melee into the additional flashes. That was really, really smooth.
Yeah, definitely a nice movement there.
Jay
switching controllers.
Switching controllers to...
Okay.
I don't know what controller they're switching to.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, I don't know which controller specifically Jay uses, but I know that they like to use the one with the good analog sticks, basically before you get plasma, and then the one with like legal good turbo once you get plasma, because once you get plasma, you're fighting a lot of bosses by just mashing.
Okay, so I'm thinking it's either Ultimate to Pro 2 switch or a Ultimate to Firefly switch, but I'm assuming probably Pro 2.
Yeah, I know that Jay has been having some issues with the Fun Lab, as well as the Nixie.
Ooh, nice little flash movement there. There is a full flash chain through that movement with a ledge to ledge into the flashes, but Jay not opting for it. You may notice that the runners are bumping into the enemies and then immediately being able to flash. This is because they're sliding right before they get damaged by the enemy, which allows you to immediately cancel into a flash. So it looks really, really buttery smooth when you chain it together.
Yeah, it almost just looks like they're just running through the enemies, like just not even caring.
It's the most speedrunner thing I've ever seen, and Manny unfortunately dropping the speed keep. Jay as well missing the Elon speed keep can be very, very tricky, so I completely understand.
Yeah, so this is the mashy boss in question. It takes damage from basically everything you have, but it takes the most damage from Plasma Beam because there's no fire rate on Plasma Beam. You just keep mashing that shit.
And Manny is just used as a pro controller, so we're gonna be seeing him just mash his best. But Jay going to get some time back because of the consistency of the Pro 2 / Firefly, whichever one they're using.
Yeah, definitely a guaranteed 12 hertz smash there. I believe Manny manual mashes at about 8 hertz, so going to be losing time on basically any boss that requires that mashing. In the
and
late
Jay
game.
hits the world's greatest time save. Manny slightly messing it up, but getting the jump flashes through the door to land on the platform directly, whereas Jay opted for ground flashing and had to walk onto the elevator platform. And now they are
frame sync again.
I cannot believe this. This is
we're going to see a really big time save, though. I'm not sure which player is going to get it, but one of them is going to take longer to skip this next cutscene.
All right, let's see. This is affectionately referred to as the hardest boss in the game. Ooh,
instant from both players. Oh my gosh.
I cannot believe this.
I could hear that just like double click, plus minus from here. I could hear that.
Okay, Jay coming out very, very slightly ahead. Okay.
Ooh, interesting morph shot there. I've never seen that.
Very good. Keeping the speed key from Jay and Manny picking it back up into the Emmy zone. Jay getting the unfortunate spawn, but does the correct delays on the wall jumps up in order to cause the Emmy to go upwards first, instead of just standing there and griefing you.
We're gonna do another water bomb jump to, we call it, early ice, but really it's just skipping one item, and we're gonna go get it anyway. But normally you would want to go get spin boost and get the double jump to clear that water gap, but that takes too long. We'll just do it on the way to Gavaran later, or to Berenia later.
And then we're going to see both runners speed booster spark into the CU to instantly break the shield, and then plasma away the brain. Very, very simple, very, very easy. And then we're going to be seeing a blue Emmy kill. So the goal here is to get to the left as fast as possible, so the Emmy comes out the door at the top, like on Jay's screen, and on Manny's screen as well. This is faster than if you take a little bit too long, which would cause the Emmy to kind of slowly climb up and then come out. So Jay's going to be taking a very, very slight lead here.
So now the next trick that's going to be kind of big is a little bit involved. So one of the bosses that spawns in Gavaran will only appear after you have, to simplify things, collected spin boost. So they're going to need to go into the spin boost room. But the thing is, that is kind of out of the way. However, you can get to it using only Morph Ball. So what they're going to do is they're going to morph as they mantle onto a specific ledge to store their position, and then they're going to go just purely in Morph Ball form to spin boost, collect it, and then just morph out by unmorphing, which allows them to teleport back to where they've stored their position.
Ooh, Jay getting a second try.
Yeah, that's really good.
Beating the over-under.
Yeah.
Manny getting the almost ledge warp. Ooh, space ball. So if you see the ball fly up to the ceiling like that, that's caused by, oh no. Okay, gets the ledge warp. So Manny losing a healthy chunk of time to that, but we're going to see how both runners adapt. Jay has to be facing to the left when they unmorph in the air, or else they will not ledge warp correctly. Ooh, very nice diagonal bomb jump. And then we're going to be seeing Jay go for the tumble kill for the Chozo Soldier. And Manny's bomb missing the power-up orb, unfortunately.
Yeah, so essentially by storing a Shine Spark into this room, you can hit the Chozo while it's clinging to the side of the wall at the very beginning of the fight, and it kind of tumbles in a way that's very uncharacteristic of the Chozo warriors. It's kind of funny.
It looks hilarious. I'm a huge fan of it. You can even up to slow charge in front of it, and it will just spawn into you and get knocked over. So Jay is going to be going for the Noyazaki keep here. Ooh, okay, interesting. Takes the store on the platform to get the ball spark here. That is a very interesting compromise. Still saving time over not doing it for sure. Manny, I would imagine we're probably not going to see. Is Jay gonna do it?
Is Jay gonna do it?
Is Jay gonna do it? Oh my god. There's no way. There is no way. Oh my god, they did
that
it!
was so fast! Okay, so what just
happened? Oh
happened?
my god. Okay, so if you midair jump in the water underneath of a ceiling, it tricks the game. Like, the game has a mechanic which allows you to recover height. You can abuse this to get to heights that you normally cannot. This is known as a water space jump. This is not a glitch. It is just an exploit of game mechanics. And you can do it with a water bomb jump into a spin boost, or if you're an absolute freaking gamer like Jay is, you could just do it. They've been grinding that a lot recently, and that is a massive, massive time save in that scenario.
Yeah, because if you saw what Manny had to do is go all the way up to the top, break a thing, charge a Shine Spark, and then go down, and it was much, much faster to just do the water spin boost.
Alright, Jay looking clean through the early grav speed area. Very good. Yeah. Finishing the speed puzzle, no problem, and taking the 10 tank.
I don't expect Manny to have any trouble with early gravity as well. This is definitely one of the it's one of the bread and butter speed keeps. Everybody learns this when they're starting out. It's good in almost every category. Just a fantastic, clean. Like oh no! Like I said, I didn't mess it up.
You almost cursed him. You almost cursed him.
I when I saw him miss that, I was like, no, don't put that evil on me.
Ugh, that spiked my blood pressure a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink some aspartame.
Oh wait, god blobs? Okay, no, getting semi-god or demigod blobs.
Yeah, so god blobs essentially is just sometimes when you break one of the blobs in that section, the diffusion blobs will also break the next red tomato, like halfway up. So you can just like do it in 3 shots instead of 6, or 4 shots instead of 6.
There is a setup to get it a little bit more consistently. I'm pretty sure you basically just like shoot the first blob and then charge beam it, and then just start pumping out charge beams. But it is in some capacity random because of the fusion spread being random.
So yeah, Jay has pulled together a pretty fluffy lead for themselves so far. That second try ledge warp and then the water spin boost, really good 1-2 punch there to give themselves a nice comfy lead. So it's definitely on Manny to go for the best movement right now, catch up in Frozen Artaria. There is a lot of movement that you can save and lose a lot of time on in Frozen Artaria.
Yeah, it is literally a raceway. It's called Fart Speedway for a good reason. And you may have also noticed Jay aiming down, they fell down from the flipper. Interesting just little happening there. That will cause the bugs in the morph tunnel to be on a different cycle that allows you to just roll through safely without taking hits. Let's see if Manny can get this in one go without... Oh no, doesn't shoot the door. But definitely not as much time loss as having to recharge speed all the way, I guess?
Yeah, it was definitely a faster mess up than Jay's.
Yep. And we're going to see Jay squash the red soldier real easily.
Yeah, the nice thing about the next boss is that mashing speed is not a factor at all.
Yeah.
So there's no advantage there.
Yeah. The next boss does contain a strat that I wish was NMG friendly, but it is unfortunately not. So we will see either ice missiles or Charlie's. I am assuming we're going to see Charlie's from Jay and ice missiles from Manny.
Yeah, I believe Manny is a ice missile mainer.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so here is another really cool fancy speed keep on Jay's part, is you just kind of do these really small wall jumps coming up here so that you can shine spark up here if they get it. Okay, perfect.
Okay, and don't get
I was scared as I was
hypo-percented.
talking about it again.
Don't get hypo-percented, right? We don't flash through this door. Good. And we tickle the enemy a little bit to get it to move a little faster so that we can get through.
Yeah, so there's like this little pool that should be full of ice right now, but because we never lowered the water, because we did early cloak, it looks like it's empty, but the game expects there to be ice there, so it'll kill you as though you went out of bounds if you step into that little tunnel, or that little cup.
Mm-hmm. And both runners seemingly hitting their Frozen Artaria speed keeps from what I can see. Jay opting to not take the full connection to the elevator, instead sparking up. You can take a full connection and land directly on the elevator. That is a little faster. Simply because of the impact animation. Ooh, and Manny shooting a little early by accident, but recovering pretty nicely.
That's the nice thing about having flash shift, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually,
So
you
Manny
run out of other
definitely
people's flash.
not far behind in any regard. Still very, very close, even with the time save that Jay got from water space jump.
Yeah, and Z57, which is the next boss, can definitely waste a lot of your time. Kind of the big red time waster.
As it were.
Yeah. So that guy, similar to Kraid, has a bunch of different attack patterns, but the big one in Phase 1, because Phase 2 is always the same pretty much, but Phase 1, it will either try and hit you with 2 claws, which you can't hurt it the entire time it's swiping at you, or it'll just like barf goop onto the ground, and you can just pelt it with damage when it's doing that. So good first attack from Jay.
Okay, and we are seeing the Charlies here, so Jay needs to hit 13 Charlies in order to phase Z57. I'm seeing a lot of charge shots with no missiles, so I'm not exactly sure where that will land. Then Manny gets the free pot shot, but gets a first attack double claw. Oh no, not the double claw! Oh, that's tragic. That is truly tragic. And Jay, already on the appendage phase, going to get their D57, Z57 pretty quick onto the Flappy Bird phase. So at this point, it's just on them to not miss the speed booster at the end here. However, I've done it many, many times, so it's nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah, and that Flappy Bird pattern is always the same, so it's definitely something that shouldn't be messed up. I'm not trying to shame anybody, but...
Yeah, that would be rude, especially not even anybody in this call. That'd be just insane.
I thought Manny was about to do the slow version of that, and I was like, no, this is not the time to style, Manny. What am I paying you for?
Oh God, you're getting paid for this? We're doing this again? Okay, both runners taking a very similar strat for the speed keep out of here. It's a really, really cool one. You can take the True Link with spin boost, but it can be a little tough with that load zone there.
Yeah, the spark into the slope is generally something you want to do if you don't have spin boost, because then it's much harder to do the True Link with no double jump. But it works for whatever level of jump upgrade you have, which at this point in the game you could theoretically have any level of jump upgrade.
Yep, it truly just depends on the category.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all just going to get screw attack now, which there's not really a whole lot to it. They're literally just going to go in and out of this little area.
I mean, it's like taking a little trip to the store. You just take a little pit stop real quick, because you get this nice little shortcut here, and you can open the plasma door, and then you're right there. Bob's your uncle.
I was just at Artaria. Well, why didn't you get a screw attack then?
Fine, I'll go get one. Unfortunately, the screw attack we have at home is not sufficient for breaking blocks.
Yeah, could you imagine if pseudo screw could break blocks?
That would be screwed up.
Different game.
I'd say.
Different game, for sure.
Absolutely.
So this next section, there's a few different ways that it can be done. They need to go up a very large shaft to fight two robots. However, they don't have space jump. So there's two ways you can do it. Either you can store a Shine Spark and then go through the screw blocks quick enough that you can just Shine Spark up the whole shaft. Or if you mess that up, or you just want to go for a different method, you can bomb jump it. I'm pretty sure both are going to go for the Shine Spark and not even attempt the bomb jumps.
I believe with a jump upgrade, you can true keep up to the top. It's just not fast.
Okay, yeah, I suppose there is that too. Fair. You can be slow.
Yeah, and Jay, taking the Missile 10 pack before Gravity, so not taking this one, gets up the Berenia climb, no problem.
And let's see what Manny does.
I guess that is what we're paying them for.
Alright, Manny also going to hit the Shine Spark, perfectly good, but he is going to need to grab the Missile Plus tank, because he did not grab one before. Alright, so they are one boss fight differentiated in the time right now.
However, the next boss is the boss of all time. It is known for making runners very cross and not very bomb. It is Golzuna.
Also worth noting, Manny had a much cleaner Twin Robo fight. He was doing double damage on both of them for the entire time.
Yeah, I saw Jay kind of jump around a little. I imagine they got a first attack counter, which is truly unfortunate because you can stay on the platform, but it knocks you pretty far back, which really just stinks.
Yeah, it's definitely a whole thing. Also, it's somewhat RNG, whether or not they both get onto the platform in the first place.
Alright, so we're going to be seeing Jay just flash across and speed keep over up to Golzuna.
Not going to do the speed keep up the tower? What the heck?
It is slower, but it is way cooler.
It is way cooler. You also get to Shine Spark the eye door instead of countering it.
Ooh, Jay
so this is
going for the
Golzuna.
counting. Oh, no, okay. Still gets the spark, but can make it up here. So they're going to have to go for a Morb underneath of Golzuna. And then a a turnaround charge, whereas Manny will be going for Crazy 8. So Jay does get the Force Spark, luckily. So Manny is going to have to respond accordingly. Oh no, gets tapped by the nose!
Oh, that's tragic. Golzuna has a very deceptive hitbox, especially on the technically the backside with the big claws.
But he gets another opportunity.
Oh, that was a really good turnaround.
Oh no! Manny, you had it! Okay. Oh no, Jay's getting trolled by cross bombs.
This is the area of all time. Oh my goodness.
This is...
That's not gonna work. Oh, it didn't even start charging. Yeah, he's just resorting to the ice missiles, getting hit. Oh god, one hit away from death, actually. Didn't even notice that.
Yeah, if Manny gets hit by anything, he will die. Okay, finally getting through the fight and killing the Core X. That was heartbreaking.
That was actually interesting there, because he does the like slow spark where you just kind of wait for the Core X to run into you to die for the Shine Spark, but he was directly under it, so it was like a frame 1 kill anyway.
Yeah, sometimes it just kind of works out like that, I guess. So we're going to continue to see cross bombs not work, because I do not believe either of these runners do cross bomb skip.
Nah. That's
cross bombs, known dysfunctional item. They do not work. I'm convinced they are a result of a glitch in coding that Mercury Steam decided to keep.
Yeah, so basically sometimes you'll hold R and you'll press Y, and it's like, it's not like there's any confusion. Like, you've been holding R for a full second, and then you press Y, and just, you get a normal bomb. No idea why. It seems to have something to do with, like, door transitions and, like, whether or not you're holding R coming in or something. But I think that's all, like, superstitions that people tell themselves to make themselves feel like they're more in control than they actually are.
Yeah, when in reality, you are at the game's whim. Cross bombs will come out when they want to, and there is nothing you can do about it. Technically, there is a little audio cue that's supposed to signify that you can cross bomb, but I'm not entirely convinced that that's, like, honest.
I'm convinced that it's just a room-by-room thing, because for some reason it never messes up in Ravenbeak's fight.
That's true. That's very, very true.
It would be about the rooms, but it's something about the rooms.
Both runners seem to struggle a little bit with the DT grapple here. Manny opting for the slide into the robot to flash through. That was really clean.
Yeah. Alright, Jay. Okay, I thought Jay was about to go get space, and I was like,
Interesting choice.
No.
I believe the fastest movement in that room is to flash over the top, fall down, then flash down that what's it called? That ramp on the ceiling. Unfortunately, dropping the speed keep, so they're gonna get caught by the Emmy again. But by the time the Emmy gets anywhere close, it will go back into pursuit mode, and Jay will be able to go through the door.
Hypo mode runners now.
You know, I'm pretty sure I can count the number of people who know on, like, 2 hands.
it's like me, Arcandy, Lucina, I think that's it, pretty much.
Yeah, that's true. But hypo mode is a conversation for another day.
Yeah, very much so.
So
today's conversation is SQ.
And both runners not taking the full keep, but Manny getting a better spawn so the door doesn't close. Let's see how Jay's SQ fight's going to go. So what they're going to do is they're going to cross bomb up, and SQ is going to spawn into them. And then they're basically going to bounce on them like a trampoline. Ooh, that might be a 2-cycle.
I think that was, yeah. That looked really good. There we go. Perfect. Pretty much an ideal SQ fight. You want to just be bouncing the whole time.
Yeah, and you can tell if you get the 2-cycle because you kind of hear 2 noises when you hit it with Screw Attack. So you hit it with the first one and then the second one. Because when the Core X is still forming, it does not have iframes. So you can kind of double doink it.
I kind of think it's a funny dichotomy from Golzuna, because casually Golzuna is actually one of the easier boss fights, but in speedrun context, it's like rather troublesome. Whereas SQ, one of the harder fights casually, but in the speedrun, you just...
Yeah, and both runners quietly getting a 2-cycle. I just want to point that out. That's not easy. Like, there's definitely a very distinct setup for it, and both runners just nailed it. Right, next time I need some pest control, I'm definitely calling Manny and Jay.
Alright, Jay, unfortunately missing both the Storm Missile and the Speed Booster setup into this fight, and so is just going to be mashing Beam. Gets the frame perfect double kill though, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, they did get a little unhealthy there though. I saw their health dip into the red.
But I'm just saying, even with 2 tanks, they were fine. Just putting that out there.
That's true. That's true. It sounds like she's trying to make a point, guys. Like, what's going on?
So Manny gonna getting the Shine Spark, not going for the cross bomb or the storm missiles rather. It is perfectly fine. It's nice to just take the time to plasma beam both at the same time. Not a frame perfect synchronized kill, but a pretty good one for sure.
Yeah, definitely a little bit faster. The gray robot did do a little bit of trolling, in that it decided to hop on down real quick. And here we're coming up on what's pretty much like the last major gate, I would say, for the run. And that will be the purple Emmy fight. I think we're going to be seeing some strat diversity here. We talked about it a little bit earlier. There's a kill where you can do a plant just right in the start of the room and then kill it. And then there's another where you go a little bit further back and kill it that way. Both runners, I know Manny is a second fastest kill fan. Jay, I would expect to be trying plant kill, but we will see. Okay, yep.
There we go. Oh. Kind of an awkward flash shift. We opted to go for a second one, which is perfectly fine. You have plenty of time before the wave Emmy actually shows up.
So what we want to be counting here is the number of missed shots. So far I think Jay's missed maybe 2 or 3 shots, so they should be able to get a jump over. Getting a slide under, even better. So the Emmy's going to climb down and get blasted in the face. Another notable factor about what's left in this run here, Manny does not do 2-lock gold skip. He actually is a he's a 9+1 guy, so that is objectively going to lose time to 2-lock gold skip. So I guess
definitely Jay's game
pressure's
to
on
use at this point.
Yeah.
The difference is about an Emmy cutscene, which is definitely not unheard of to lose that amount of time. So we'll see what happens.
Ooh, Jay getting
a really cool
here.
speed keep. Love this speed keep. Did not get the double jump on the wall, so had to grab ledge. Technically, you can avoid that as well, but it's a little awkward.
Yeah, it's much easier to avoid that ledge grab with space jump. But at that point, it's faster to just space jump up the corridor.
Tragic. Ironic.
Really. The keep is really cool. Like, come on, just let it cook.
Yeah, soft mandatory for low percent.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying facts, unrelated.
Totally unrelated. No agenda whatsoever. Ooh, Manny almost nailing that flash chain. Trying his very best to creep up any time he can on Jay.
Jay having a little bit of awkward movement right now, but keeping it together.
They're consistently moving forward, and that's really all you can ask for.
They got the slide under the little robot guy coming in here. That's much better than doing the melee over it. Often do the storm missile shield skip. Very, very consistent.
Yep, and from now, Jay just kind of has to pelt it with wave beam. And not get hit. Manny getting trolled by buffered wall jumps a little bit. Trying to spin boost up the corridor, but Samus decides that she wants to play with the wall a little bit, Just as a little treat.
So coming up next for Jay is a little bit of an awkward section. You need 4 power bombs ideally, but you only have 2. So we're going to be doing some manipulations to try and get more power bombs as we press through this last area before Iterash.
So we're seeing Jay get the power bombs acquired right about 114.11. Manny beating the power bomb or the red soldier no problem, but is gonna be a good bit behind because you pretty much just kind of watch like 30 seconds of cutscene here.
So Jay opting for the strat where you lay the power bomb pretty far to the right so that it doesn't kill the machines on the far left of the next room, and that allows you to shoot them with your beam, which can give you power bomb drops, but if you kill them with power bombs, then they never drop power bomb. So it's a good manipulation there. And the luck worked out perfectly fine for the true speed keep into the power bomb, store, flash shift back, shine spark up.
We call that the penthouse keep, or at least I've heard it called the penthouse keep, so it is now the penthouse keep. That is what it will be, and I'm sorry, everyone else, that's what it's called. Manny also getting a good power bomb drop here, so going to be able to blast the bomb floor here, and then make his way through the penthouse, and gets it no problem.
Jay once again getting a gold skip, or sorry, the shield skip with the storm missiles perfectly fine. And once you get the shield skip, I mean, there's not really a whole lot more to the Chozo fights.
Yeah, as long as you don't get hit twice, you'll be fine. Because this guy hurts bad. He does % health damage when you touch him, and that is brutal. Manny getting through it pretty quick as well, but going to be hard to keep up with a better mash, essentially. So, at this point, I think it just comes down to gold skip.
Yeah, if Jay is using the Fun Lab that has been known to drop gold skip, I think that I think that they're using the 8BitDo Pro 2. I'm not sure.
Yeah, based on the consistency of the turbo, it might be the Pro 2. I think the Pro 2 is technically like some decimal of a hertz faster, but I mean,
yeah, it's like 12.6 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, missing the power bomb thing. Yeah,
but it's okay. They make it through, no problem. And they will be going to talk to Dad because he hasn't paid child support in a while, and Samus is in need of some money.
So Samus is going to pelt 10 missiles, or the equivalent in cross-bomb damage additive, in order to make it so that this counter-attack opportunity gets forced, and then lock storms during the charge-up so that they can lock storms during the counter sequence, and then combine that with beam mash damage in order to skip the gold armor phase of phase 1.
Ooh, and getting a first attack Gatling. So Jay... Ooh, and getting optimal RNG, getting 2 Gatlings in a row? Oh no. It is not looking good for Manny right now. Manny going to be going for 9+1, as Charlotte explained previously. So now he is at the whim of Ravenbeak to do a melee counter. Unfortunately, getting a black hole and a screen, melee, and wow. Okay, there we go. There's his melee.
Very unfortunate. The 9+1 can be a pretty decent.
It's a counter.
Oh. So
this
usually
is the most ridiculous Ravenbeak fight I've ever seen from an RNG perspective.
Yeah, Ravenbeak was like, "Hey, you know what, Jay? You've had a rough day.
Yeah.
No need to sweat this lead."
Ravenbeak was like, "Hey, have a wonderful kind of Jay."
Now that said, Jay is opting to not kill this sun, and Ravenbeak's not quite going down. Can be a little bit dangerous. Opting to go for the late power bomb just seems like they evaluated the risks.
Yeah. I think they saw themselves get hit once and saw where their health was at and just decided that they were better off just kind of going for a powerbomb. Manny working his way through phase 3 though, hitting the void crosses. Going to be blowing up the sun here, not getting a melee counter, unfortunately. That counter can be a huge difference in damage. But yeah. Late into the fight, oh, he takes it anyway. I don't know about that.
The cross-bomb weaving was a little bit sus. I think this might be fine. I don't think the fight's going to end here. Yeah, what do I know?
Okay, yeah, he's fine.
2 more missiles, it's fine. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate because the 9+1 strat, if you go for that for gold skip, it's not really that much slower in theory as long as you get a relatively fast counter opportunity. But unfortunately, Ravenbeak just decided that he would prefer if Manny lost a bunch of time.
Mm-hmm. That is the tax he decided to excise in this case. So now Jay is making their way through escape, and from here, missing the store. So now Jay's going to have to fight cross bombs, but gets it first try.
Now I've heard whisper that the cross bomb there is actually faster than the Shine Spark Up.
It is simply because of the splat animation from sparking upwards. It is slightly faster if you do it. So good adaptation from missing the okay, and Jay going to be going for the mini arc spark here, so they're going to break these blocks and then spark across. Very nice. And going to be going to the last room of escape while Manny is really making his initial way up. So let's see if they hit this final keep here. It can be pretty tricky, but they do hit the store. Okay. I see you, Jay. I see you.
That was
very nice. Yeah, I think that's a really PB for Jay.
High 120. Yeah, I don't know if that was a PB, but that was definitely a really good run.
Yeah, very, very solid. Finishing at 120.47. GG's to Jayena, and congratulations for winning the race. But in the meantime, we have Manny here going into the final spark. Let's see if he does what I think he might. No, he does not do the final morb. Instead, he will opt for the spark up and then the speed keep here. He'll be opting for the classic strat where you store and spark up.
I think he probably would have gone for morb if he knew that Jay had already finished, but I believe Manny prefers to just be totally isolated as he's racing. Yeah, 121.31, also very good for Manny. Very solid runs from both players. They were neck and neck pretty much until the last Hanubia section. And they kind of started falling apart for Manny a little bit, but still a very solid run from both players.
I think it was quite literally just Golzuna diff. That's it.
Yeah, Golzuna diff was big.
I'm hearing rumblings that this is a PB for Jayena, so Manny catching Jay on their best day, it seems.
That there you go. Congratulations to Jayena.
So let's see these 30 bosses. If we see 29, we're gonna have a problem. But
if somehow we all blacked out when they skipped Elaine. No, there's 30 bosses.
Very, very good. Manny opting to watch the credits really just appreciates art. And I can respect
David,
that.
I can't actually read these names. It's too low bit on my end. But you know what? Shoutouts to all the developers at Mercury Steam.
Seriously, they put together something truly incredible and sometimes extremely cursed.
I kind of like it when it's cursed more than when it's good, if I'm being honest.
Low-key, yeah.
Low-key.
Low-key.
Alright, so we're going to do a 30-minute interview, or...?
Yeah, I'm thinking we could do an hour. Personally.
Oh, nice.
We gotta be aggressive with it.
Alright. I don't know how that happens.
Me either. But I imagine that we will be pulling the runners in for a quick interview, getting their feeling on how the races went, and then closing out for this race here tonight.
Now, I want to see... Jay got 3482 damage dealt, so did Manny at least win the moral victory? No, unfortunately took 100 more damage. That's such a darn shame.
I mean, when you got 2 tanks, you want to get hit less.
That's true. So if you think about it proportionally, he took less damage in relation to his maximum health.
Manny did collect 7% of the items to Jay's 5%. So that's pretty important, honestly.
Can we also talk about how on the clear time and the total play time, there's only a 4% difference between these two?
Yeah, I don't really know what TBT and in-game time are cooking. They're certainly cooking something, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I know there's like a certain level of RNG to the load times, but it's only like a couple seconds.
Mm-hmm. I'm just
Very
surprised
good.
both the clear time and the TPT are so close to each other. Like,
Well, I
what are
think they're
the
working
odds?
off the same. I think they're working off the same stuff.
I guess so. I don't know. I just weird. I'm not used to looking at them side by side.
Now, Jay also collected less missiles, 56
Yep.
versus 58. That first missile at Elaine, that was the real diff.
You know, the real friends are the Elaine missiles we picked up along the way.
Well, it's kind of interesting because Manny picked it up so that if he didn't get headlock, he could do phase 1 more consistently, or phase 2 for Corpius. But he got headlock anyway. Jay skipped it and didn't get headlock.
Yeah,
If
I
that's
don't know
not
what kind of
proof
karmic
that
balance
fortune
that is.
favors the bold, I don't know what is.
Fortune favors the safe, I guess.
Fortune favors Jayena, they, them, 120, 47.76, mission result, rookie mode.
30 bosses, 5% item collection.
No saves. 0 times saved.
I can't believe they didn't save any time. That's crazy.
And yet somehow they PV'd. Explain that one. Mods. Mods.
Alright. I have no way of knowing if they're going to come in here or not. I'm not really sure what to do.
Yeah, me either. Well, I did just notice that I'm the only person, the only name on screen that doesn't have any pronouns on screen. So you please do not refer to me.
Did they give us the runner control panel? No, they did not. So
I don't know what that is. Can I generate an invite link and send it to Manny and Jay?
oh, I see. Okay. I have it now.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Done. See, that's the mistake that I made.
Winner.
Yep. So now it is officially on the books. They should get a bot invite to come in here. That is my bad. I apologize.
Oh, well, you at least read the message. I did not read the message.
Cool. So hopefully Manny pops in here shortly.
Oh, we got the runners in question.
Hello, guys.
Hello. How are we feeling today?
You know what? Despite everything that happened, I feel good. Jay and I, looking at our times, it was close. Like, all the way through. We didn't really stray far apart from each other, even despite my big mistake near a late game. But like, I'm not too disappointed. Like, I did a pretty good job. I got a mid 121, as is consistent with all my practice, and happy to see that Jay got a big fat PB. So congratulations.
I was nervous for about the first 40 minutes. I don't know if you could tell.
No,
we were
that's
talking.
fine.
I saw that like double morph on the water bomb jump out of Berenia. Like that's like classic
Yeah.
fidget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my hands were kind of shaking.
It's classic analog paddle.
That too.
I feel that.
Yeah, my hands were kind of shaking for like the first 5 minutes, also because it was kind of cold and I wasn't really moving my body as much. But then it just kind of relaxed a little bit towards mid game.
Yeah, I had to be like, calm down, it's fine.
Yeah,
calm down. All right, calm down.
You calm the fuck down. You got a 120-47.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep all of my emotions just compartmentalized like per usual, and I did able to do it, but I still felt that dread, unintended, you know.
To answer the question in chat, I switched from the Ultimate to the Fun Lab Firefly.
It was the
at
Fun
Balloon.
Lab. Okay.
Nice.
Because I've had too many problems with the Fun Lab in early game. Like, I don't know what the deal is. I'll just like hit the home button, accidentally trigger my turbo, like awful. I don't. Maybe I'll get used to the controller. Maybe I won't. But for for the first part of the game, at least, I was able to keep it together because I had a controller that was familiar to me.
Gotcha.
You really pulled it together in the second half as well. Like that was really fast on the ledge warp, and I really appreciated that you went for the water spin boost and got it so quickly. That was really sick.
I'll be honest, that was the most baller
Yeah, I did
thing
the
I've
thing.
ever seen.
You did the thing. You said you weren't going to do the thing,
Yeah.
and I was expecting you not to do the thing, but then you did that thing.
When I was on waiting for in green TV, I just glanced at Jay's screen. I was like, oh my god, they're actually going for it. And I think it was only like third, fourth attempt that you got it. Like it was pretty quick too.
Yeah, that was super
I,
impressive. That's hard.
I've been practicing that a lot, so I'm glad I got it.
If I may ask, what was your ledge warp attempt? Because it seems like you got it like first, second try or whatever. Because it took me a lot longer.
Second try. The first try was a space ball.
Yeah, I got like I think one or two space balls. It was like 6th, 7th attempt for me, but had worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of the point where Jay started to pull forward a little bit more, but like up until that point, it was extremely back and forth through the whole run. Like you guys were seconds ahead of each other, just kept switching places. There were a few times we were frame synced. Like when you went into backdoor flash shift, like Manny was a little bit ahead, and then Jay got second try backdoor flash, and it was frame synced once that happened. It was crazy.
It was honestly insane. Like this race was incredible, and hats off to both of you. Obviously, like you gave it your all, and I think it was amazing.
Yeah,
Glad to be able to put on a good show.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it all. It didn't matter which one of us won or lost, as long as we made it a very close race, and with a lot of good and some not so good moments between the two of us. I think we entertained our audience, and I think, despite from our own competitive goals, I think we accomplished, making the race a very memorable one.
For sure.
So I don't need to ask Jay because they got the PB, but Manny, would you say that you had the fun PB, personal best amount of fun?
I would say it's really up there. Like there's only one single moment where I was absolutely embarrassed at myself, and I don't need to elaborate. But aside from that, I had fun, a lot of fun. Like the other mistakes I made were relatively minimal, and all the stuff that most of the stuff I wanted to get right first try, I did. So I'm happy about that.
That's good. Yeah, I had to tamp that down, like the nervousness and being embarrassed that I slow mantled something.
Well, that makes it two of us, Jay. I think I lost count on how many ledges I mantled where I normally don't mantle.
Yeah, we all take a little mantle damage occasionally. It happens. It's part of the game. Also, y'all's ADMs were nuts.
Was it second or third try for me? I think it was second. It was second.
It was second.
Damn, I couldn't count, but I knew it was relatively pretty good.
It was nuts. Like it was there. And
I'm so glad. I'm so glad my ADM went well because 7th try water ass is not good.
I did notice that I had a funny enough, my water ass was actually pretty good, but my water plat skip, I don't want to talk about that.
We've all been there.
I think that was when my shaking really affected me. Just like I just kind of lost my concentration. If it was glitchless, that Emmy would have caught me.
Yeah, we did see that strange double wall jump into the wall, but I mean, you kept it together, you got it, and you kept going.
Yeah,
that's important.
Do we know who our next opponents are?
You should be able to look at the bracket projection and see what you're going to be up against. Yes.
I don't know who I'm up against. Maybe it's Orknox or someone else, but I do know, Jay, you're gonna have the best round 3 match of your life. You know who you're up against?
Oh, I'm up against Sat.
You're up against Sat. I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah. Thank you. I do appreciate the gesture, but it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna beat Sat. So
listen, Sat could just have a little bit of a dip in his favorite tomato soup, like it happened in that one race. So you never know.
You convince him to buy a Fun Lab. Make sure he gets one of the bad models.
Oh yeah, I know what the bad models are. That's all of them. No, I don't know. But yeah, just that kid is a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So
no kidding.
yeah,
Yeah. A lot of my mid late game
I
got
wish him luck in the rest of the tournament.
I sure do. Like, Sat is the reason why I've cleaned up my mid and late game, why I've been doing more optimal room by room movement, and like, so I have him and a lot of other people to thank for just helping me be where I'm at today.
Absolutely. If I can keep up with him up to ADM, I'll be happy.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we did it. That's a check off the box.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, because he moves like lightning. It's wild. Manny, looking at the bracket, your next match will be Arcanox.
All right,
So
well,
another familiar face.
It's a
indeed,
classic matchup.
it sure is.
I'm
I'm
certainly excited for that.
so am I. Gonna
Yeah.
do my best against Arcanox.
Alrighty. Are there any other final words you guys want to say before we close out here?
There's only one thing I want to say is I'm probably never going to go the early cloak split ever again.
Understandable.
Oh, that was a really good. Yeah, you got headlocked.
Yeah.
And
Fast to go in headlock.
that it's like once
Our
in the blue
bargain.
moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's okay though.
Nice
This run
to
didn't
have.
this run didn't PB, so I'm not going to see those splits anyways.
Yeah. That was a hell of a race, Manny. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you as well, Jay. It was great.
You're a great runner and a great friend. Appreciate you.
Likewise, Jay. I'm proud of you.
Oh, I have a question.
What
for
mission
you
are we
before
going
you
to see?
go.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you guys looking at each other's streams at all?
I peeped in like every so often, like during a load screen. I just wanted to see where I was at because I always, I'm getting more used to the idea of like watching the resultant stream. You know, and it honestly makes me less nervous because there's a chat going and stuff like that, and you know,
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah.
Totally
I mean,
valid for sure.
yeah, as you've seen in my typing in chat, I had the stream open for most of the time. I closed it. I opened a new tab and just didn't see the stream when I was doing some important stuff like Frozen Altaria segment and Ledge Warp and a few other places where I just kind of didn't want to get distracted by it. But for the most part, I had it open so I could gauge how close we were whenever I was ahead, whenever they caught the lead, like mid, like close to late game. Like it helped.
You were in chat. Bold move, by the way. You were typing in chat. I was like, no way.
Listen, you know how long those cutscenes are. What else am I going to do aside from being hydrated? I don't know.
The cutscenes are shorter for me because my typing speed is like 40 WPM. So.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Got to entertain the audience, but you probably noticed after like a certain point in time, I just didn't type in chat because I was more focused. But I had it open the entire time.
I actually didn't notice.
Man.
Annie, how did you feel about the 9+1 and how late the counter took?
Honestly, I've had worse RB. Like I had times where he did like 2 to 3 more attacks. So this one is like not optimal, but it wasn't the worst I've had. And I am honestly pretty happy that phase 3 I made a really good judgment call to take the parry.
Yeah, that was like really, really slick because like you only needed like 2 missiles after, but it didn't take you past it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but I just felt like I had to go for it. So if I over damage, then I over damage. But I'm glad that it wasn't none of my time was wasted.
Mm-hmm.
You had a better.
As a similar note, Jay, I really liked the way that you managed the sun in phase 3.
I
was sweating.
It don't feel so good.
I was sweating. I was like, oh gosh, what's going on? What's going on?
I was like waiting. I was like waiting for a counter that wouldn't come and hemorrhaging health, so I had to like deal with it.
Because you had a really, really fortunate Ravenbeak set of RNG. You got the double Gatling and the melee counter.
Yeah.
Initially, so definitely really strong.
Yeah.
Luck there.
Yeah. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Once
Phase 2 was very lucky.
once I get a turbo controller, I'm gonna learn Gold Skip, and I'm just gonna make sure that phase 1 will never bullshit me again.
Yeah.
But
Make sure you look at the research guide. Lots of minefields.
Lots of minefields.
yeah,
For sure.
for sure. Yeah.
The best controller only does 15. Oh no.
Oops.
Hmm. Well, it does 20 when you have a Bluetooth speaker attached to your console for some reason.
That's true. That's advanced
Good,
tech if I've ever
cool.
seen it.
That's
Very
whack.
nice.
It is nice. It is
Yeah.
pay
Like
to
the only
win.
controller that does it too. Just because of like 8-bit do like the way they programmed
Spaghetti code.
the yeah, pretty much. But yeah.
Cool.
All right. So
Yep.
what mission are we going to see everyone on?
Oh, I'm
Next
thinking we'll see you next mission.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Wow.
Wow.
All right.
I've been Hobbit.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks for watching, everyone, and glad that we put up a good show
Mhm.
tonight.
All right, we're good. I clicked. It's over.
How do we know when